Hi everyone, I'm back. Yesterday we had enormously high temperatures and there are going to be many more days like that to come. I think it's important to have some discussion around how to keep your guinea pigs cool, but what to do with them in the event that they become heat stressed. Now, the perfect condition is that guinea pigs are kept indoors. In reality, I know that there are going to be people who have overlooked this, have made a mistake, and the question is what to then do if you're in the situation where your animal is heat stressed. Firstly, identifying the problem. So if your animal has been subjected to very high temperatures, they will be fairly non-responsive, they will be very flat, not wanting to move, virtually unconscious. You might find them drooling, you might find them immobile and literally not wanting to respond in any way. You will feel their body temperature is enormously high, much higher than your own. The first point of call is your vet. Your vet is able to administer fluids and a number of other treatments that can help and assist your animal survive this. It's important that firstly you remove them from the danger, which is the heat, get them into a shaded area, and then consider how you're going to get them to a vet. Heat stress is life-threatening and you don't have very long to help your animal. You need to get your guinea pig straight to a vet. So transporting the animal is also a consideration in the sense that you need to keep the animal cool while you're doing this. You don't want to worsen the situation, you want to help improve it. You would like for the animal to be a little cooler than it presently is, but the key factor here is that you don't want to create further shock for them and trauma by putting them directly onto an ice pack. This guinea pig is already in heat stress, and to shock it severely with cold will cause further problems. There are people out there, and I realize you may be in remote parts of the world, you may be in isolated places where you can't access a vet quickly. So what do you do in that situation? The first thing is you need to lower the temperature of the animal, and it's important that you don't shock your guinea pig by putting it directly onto ice or ice blocks. You need to lower that temperature in a way that is gentle but will still lower it relatively quickly. So the temperature that you would use is cold to touch but not freezing cold. You can actually hold a guinea pig directly under tap water and never ever put the head in the tap stream, but you can lower body temperature that way. If the temperature can be controlled and is coolish, you can actually feel the body temperature of the animal, and as a guide, if they feel hotter than your hand, then their core body temperature is far too elevated. You could achieve the same thing by positioning the animal onto surfaces that are cooler. So a damp cloth that has a cool temperature, you could put the animal directly onto that. The problem with that is that animal's temperature is so high, it will warm that surface directly under them in a very short amount of time. So you need to monitor them, put your hand between the animal and the surface to ensure that the body temperature is in fact falling and not going the other way. When an animal does get heat stressed, their whole system tends to shut down. Their muscles start to break down into proteins, and these proteins then build up and they can actually cause the kidneys to fail. So effectively you can have organ failure occurring very quickly unless you can get on top of that. Fluids enable the organs to keep functioning. So again, subcutaneous fluids are really key, and a vet can do this. It takes careful management. You don't want to shock them, but you do want to lower the temperature. You also need to consider if they're conscious or not. If they're unconscious, things are in fact really bad, but it doesn't necessarily mean you will lose them. What it does mean, however, is that you must not try and give them anything orally. If you do that, they could aspirate it and die. So again, a vet can contribute enormously in this area by administering subcutaneous fluids under the skin, which will enable the body's mechanism to support itself better with additional fluids moving around. If you have any questions down below, please post them. I'll be looking at them later, and I'd love to continue this discussion, and let's see where it can go. Bye.